Okay, welcome everyone. We are going to go over some information tonight about inviting people to join you in the business, words to say, and what to teach these people whenever they're new consultants. You don't want to bring someone into the business as a consultant and then leave them to kind of figure everything out on their own. First of all, just want to go over a couple of things. There are, some of you may not know, there were some changes several months back where there is no longer a joining fee with TruAura. In the past, we had to actually purchase a starter kit, and then we have the fee that we pay every month, which is $14.95, and that pays for our back office, all of the, the website, where you can do impact selfie, all of the social media stuff. There's just a lot of great content on there that we get for $14.95. And sometimes people have asked, well, can you be a consultant and not pay the $14.95? And the answer is no, because you have to have the website in order to sell product. So if you have someone that's thinking about being a consultant, but they don't want to share the products or they don't want to pay for the website, do not sign them up. The consultant is only for someone who actually wants to promote the business. Now, do they have to actually try to work this full time to be a consultant? No, absolutely not. You can be someone, there's a lot of people out there that are just looking for side gigs. Just, think about all the people that drive an Uber. They may not make, $10, $15 an hour. I don't even know what they make. But there are a lot of people out there that if they could just make a couple of $100 a month or enough to pay for, their car payment, then they would be happy. So there are people out there that are looking for these opportunities. And, and just remind you that you can actually do this job anywhere. You can work it in your path. You can work it from home. You can do it online. You can have people come and do consultations where you show them the product in person. It's super easy. You can do parties. You can go to offices. There's so many ways that you can do this, and you can work it around a busy schedule. So if there are people out there that already have a busy schedule or that already have a job, then this is just really a good thing. So how does it work with the no joining fee? They do not get a starter kit. They join online, and they automatically pay the $14.95 for the first month, and we know there's tax on that, so it's going to end up being closer to $16 in most places. And once they put their information on, they pay their $14.95, they are now a consultant. They have a website that they can use. They can download their app. They can share the app with everyone. So, literally 5 minutes after they join, they can begin to make money. And we know that the way that products are actually fulfilled is people order on the website, product is shipped direct from the company to the consumer, and then you get a commission. And you actually get paid every week if you sell something every week. So we're looking for people that want to make some extra money. Another question that I get sometimes is, are there any minimums to stay a consultant? And the answer on that is actually no. There's no minimum sales requirement to be a consultant. Hey, Janya. Can you hear me okay? Can you hear me? And make sure everybody can hear. Anyway, I hope you can hear me. So there's no minimum to stay a consultant, but we do have a goal of $300 a month. And the reason that you want to hit that $300 a month is because you get an additional 10% in commission. So that ends up being another $30. So if you were doing a minimum of $300 a month, then you're making more than enough to pay for your website. And then, of course, you've got some profit after that. So just, find out those people that if they say something like, oh, I have to wait till I get paid, or, I just never seem to have any money, or, I'm thinking about going to the mall, just kind of listen for those triggers. And when you hear people that are interested, then that's a great way to kind of approach it. So how we're different, it mainly goes to the actual product. And the product is how we're different. And I won't go into all of it, but we are the only out there that has a clean, probiotic, anti-aging product. There are companies out there that are clean. There are companies that have added probiotics. There's companies with anti-aging. We're the only ones with those three combinations. So that sets us apart. We are just ahead of competition when it comes to product ingredients and how clean it is. You've got a lot of other companies out there that are beginning to clean up their product formulas, and ours are already clean. So that's one thing that kind of sets us apart. Now, once you invite them into the business, or just offer it to them, I have always found that people appreciate having the information, whether they do it or not. They appreciate being given the choice, and not everybody that you ask is going to say yes the first time. Sometimes they're going to say yes, and sometimes they're going to say not right now, and sometimes they're going to just be a customer instead. But get their permission to follow up. So if someone says, oh, well, I'm in the middle of this, I just have a lot going on, then just ask them, is it okay if I call you back in a month or so, or when would be a good time for me to call you back? And do it. So make sure, everybody has their own system. I actually write it on my calendar. So when I flip over to that month, I may pick up the phone and call and say, hey, I had it on my calendar, a note to give you a call this month and to follow up and just to see how everything was going. So that's one way that you want to make sure you follow up with them. So once someone does become a consultant, there is, and I will post some screenshots of this because I'm using my phone and my iPad, or I would show you, but there is a getting started checklist. So when you go to log in as a consultant, there's going to be an option where you can log in to the consultant website. Then there's another one where you can go in, and down at the bottom, it's a little mortarboard hat, and it says TruAura U. And when you click on that, there's a getting started checklist, and you can also print it out. It's also in the back office, so you can print it out there. And it just kind of takes you step by step through everything you want to do. Just a second. I have a new kitten, and she's trying to attack me under the table. If she comes out, I'll put her up here so y'all can see her. Okay, so the Hyper Wallet is how your consultants are going to get paid. So you want to make sure that once they become a consultant, they know how to download their Hyper Wallet. And this is really important to say in the beginning, because sometimes people have gone to the App Store and they have just downloaded it from the App Store. And if you download the Hyper Wallet from the App Store, then it is not going to they're not going to be linked. So you want to make sure that that their website is linked. So what they have to do, they have to log in to TruAura as a consultant, and then go into the resources tab, and then there's a little option under there that says Technology Suite. And under the Technology Suite, you can either go to the Google Play Store or the Apple Store, and you download it from there. And that way, your app is linked. So if you want to check it, send the app to a friend or relative and have them download it, and just to make sure their name is on there. So just make sure they download it from the back office. Also, you want to the Hyper Wallet is also back in the Technology Suite, and make sure your new consultants know about TLC. And the TLC is the Loyalty Club, and those are clients that want to get a discount, but they don't necessarily want to be a consultant. Now, once someone becomes a TLC or a retail client or a consultant, they're not locked in. If wherever they are is not a good fit for them, they can switch at any time. But the Loyalty Club is a great offer for people that want discounts and they want to earn free shipping. So with the Loyalty Club, the client places a minimum order. It's retail $140, but their cost is $120, and they can pick anything they want. And they pay shipping, and they pay, of course, tax. You always pay tax. And then in 60 days, they do another order of the same amount. It can be different products. They can go in and edit the content. They can get something different. They can get the same thing. And they do pay shipping on that second order. But after that, all of their doorstep deliveries are free shipping. Doorstep deliveries come every 60 days. You do have the option to change the date. But if people are using their products like they need to be, they're going to be out anyway. And the more products we have, the easier that's going to be to hit those minimums, because we just added microdermabrasion, mascara, eye makeup remover, and some more colors. And we have liquid makeup coming out in just a couple of weeks. I'm really excited about that. So just make sure that you offer that to your customers. I've had people that have started out as retail, and then when they saw how much they liked the product and they wanted to keep using it, they went ahead and signed up for TLC. And I've had people that started out as TLC and they weren't faithful enough to use the products to run out of it in 60 days, so they switched to retail. So it can go either way. There's a lot of ways that you can prospect. I like to do it in person. One of my favorite ways is to set up at a booth somewhere, and I don't usually spend a lot of money. There's two booths that I do in my hometown that I pay around $100 for, but I've lived in this town for 20 years. I know a lot of these people, so it's just a great opportunity for me to see people that I normally see anyway and have an opportunity to talk to them about my business. But if I'm not doing one of those foods, I usually don't pay any more than $20 or $30. There's a lot of fall festivals. There's always something going on. And if you're not sure, you can always get on one of the Facebook resale pages and say, hey, does anyone know of any festivals coming up or any vendor booth opportunities? You can check with your Chamber of Commerce. And that's a great way. If you're somebody that you're afraid to speak up and say anything because you don't want to be perceived as pushy, or whatever, if you do a booth, they come to you, and so that kind of takes that part of it away. And I can coach you on how to do that. I have a form I normally have them fill out, and then I get their permission to follow up and just find out what they're interested in when I follow up. That kind of gives me a place to start. You can also do a Facebook group. Now, I like a group better than a page, or you can actually do both. I actually have both. The reason I have both is because my group is private and it's only like for my customers and people that want to be in there. The page is public. So if someone goes on Facebook and they search, Michael and TruAura, they're going to be able to see anything I post on my page. But my group is just for my VIP clients. And the page, I'll update that about once a week or so just to kind of keep it fresh. But typically, your page does not go through the news feed unless you pay for some kind of advertising in order to boost it. But your group, unless they have their notifications turned off, every time you post something, the people in your group will see it. Typically, I don't post in my group every single day. Maybe I should, but I usually post about every 2 to 3 days. And typically, 50 to 100 people see it. If I post something on my and that's in my group. If I post something on my page, maybe 3 people see it. It's not as much. So they kind of have a different function. But you always want to get their permission. Don't ever just add someone to a Facebook group. That's kind of bad etiquette. You can post on your page, or you can send a text. Hey, I'm so excited. I have this new probiotic skincare. Would you like to be added to my Facebook group? And you can add them yourself. And then you can go in there and don't just make it be all sales. You want to post some things, maybe articles, jokes, just whatever you want to put in there. And I've got to work on my content. I tend to make most of mine be about specials or sales or new products or whatever. You can also do a party, invite some people over, and you don't have to be an expert at this. Just invite people over and show them the product. They can try it on their face. They can try it on their hand. Let them play in it. Let them see it. You can have people over one-to-one. You can go to their house, office, just however you want to share the product with people. And you want to make sure you follow up. So when you do talk to people, find something, whether you put notes in your phone or however you want to do it, but make sure you keep track of who you talk to and when you're supposed to follow up, because the key is always in the follow-up. Now, I mentioned earlier about the 300. I may have to do a separate or repost something that I did on that earlier. There's a lot of times when you may not realize it because maybe you had people go online and order on your website. And there's a lot of times when people are at like 200, 250, and they're very, very close to getting an extra $30. I've even had people be at, 290 before, and they're only like $10 away from earning $30. So just make sure you keep an eye on that. Now, I try to text everybody the day of if you're close, but, we just need to kind of get some more education out there about that. Okay, 2 other things I want to mention. When a new consultant moves up to gold consultant within her first full 90 days, and full 90 days means when you sign up, you get the rest of the month you're in kind of for free. And then the next month is month 1, then month 2, and month 3. So if someone signed up on January 1st, they would have until end of February for month 1, into March for month 2, and end of April for month 3. They could sign up on January 31st, and it would be the same time frame. So when a new consultant moves to gold in her first full 90 days, she gets a $100 bonus. And if her personal recruiter hits gold or higher, she gets a $100 matching bonus. Now, for those that are have already been in and you're past your first full 90 days, Rick has put a challenge out there to anybody that moves to gold that's never hit gold consultant before. Anybody that moves up to gold by the end of October, they get a $100 bonus. Now, there's no matching bonus for that. And to be a gold consultant, you need at least 3 active legs, and a leg is a recruit or someone that recruit has recruited. An active leg is someone that's in one of your legs that has done at least 300 in volume, and that can be a combination of personal orders, TLC orders, or retail clients. So for gold, you have 3 legs, and they have to be different legs. They can't be all under one person. 3 active legs. You personally have 500 in volume, and all of your downline, including you, has 2,000 in volume. And I can help coach you if there's anybody that wants to get there. There's a couple steps in between, but it's really great if y'all just want to skip over senior consultant, executive consultant, and get right to gold. So that's one offer that's on the table. And again, for us that have been in already, past the 90 days, that's only good to October, but for everybody else, it's their first full 90 days. Then we also have a quick start. And I think this is on our Facebook page. It is temporarily not in the back office. So if you need a copy of this, let me know, or I'll post it afterward. But there is some extra things that you can earn. So when a new consultant within her first 2 weeks gets 300 in PV and enrolls 5 new customers, she gets a scratch pad, a pen, and a $25 product credit. Now let me tell you about something else that a new consultant can do within her first 15 days. We don't have a new consultant starter kit, but we do have what's called a kit builder. And the kit builder, there's 3 different packages that you can also find. Should be in the back office. If not, let me know. But if a new consultant wants to take advantage of 1, 2, or all 3 of those packages, then they can get a special price on it. And not only that, it counts as volume. So it's not like when we had a starter kit, you didn't get to count the cost of that because it was like a sales aid. Well, these kit builders, you do get to count in your volume. So that is great. Now, whenever someone is in their first full month, so remember, if they sign up January 1st, they have to look in February. If they get to 800 in PV and they enroll 10 new customers, they're going to get a bamboo phone holder and a $50 product credit. And yes, that month 1 bonus, where if you get 300 and 5 new customers in your first 2 weeks, that does count toward the 800. In month 2, if you sell 1,000 or have 1,000 in volume and 5 new customers, you get a selfie light and a $75 product credit. And in month 3, sell 1,500 and enroll 5 new customers, you get a sticky note box and a $100 product credit. Now, if you don't complete month 1 in month 1, then it's over with. You go on to month 2. So you don't have to build. You can only hit 1. You can hit all 3, but they're only in those particular months. And there's also a team building. If someone sponsors a new consultant who advances to senior consultant, they get a pop socket and a $50 credit. That's in their first month. In their second month, if they sponsor someone and they advance to executive consultant, they get a water bottle and a $75 product credit. And in month 3, if they sponsor one and advance to gold, they get the gold earrings and the $100 advancement bonus. So that's a lot of product credit and bonus and all that going on. So when you do share the business with someone and they do decide that they want to be a consultant, make sure you go over and explain all this and just help them get a game plan together. You can always reach out to your upline or your recruiter if you have any questions about any of that. So, Janya, do you have anything that you want to add?
No, I have had a couple of questions. Well, I guess I do. I had a couple of questions today. 2 people wanting to know how that a retail client could go to a TLC and do it without sending an email.
Oh, that's a great question.
Or a TLC going to a new consultant.
Okay.
So if you could touch on that, that would be great.
Absolutely. What they have to do is they log into their account, and I don't remember the exact steps, but there's a place where it will say enroll as TLC. And if they're a retail client and they want to be a TLC client, there is a place where they just click enroll as TLC, and then it'll ask them to confirm, and then they place their first order. So that's how to do that. I am not sure how to go from TLC to retail. That might involve an email. I don't know the answer to that, but I do know you can upgrade. If you're a retail customer, you can go online into your account and either become a TLC client or a consultant just by logging in. But I'm not sure about the other way.
Okay.
All right. Anything else you want to add? I'm sorry that we did this last minute today. I'll just go ahead and tell you I'm working on a little project. They're filming a television series in Memphis called Bluff City Law. It's going to come on NBC on Monday nights right after The Voice. And it's huge for Memphis. And I've been working a little bit there either as an extra or as a stand-in. And the cool thing is I can do that and still work my business. So a lot of times when I'm posting, I may actually be on the set back in the holding room. And so it's really been neat, but I never know from day to day when they're going to schedule me. And that's why we did our Zoom call at the last minute today, and I wasn't able to advertise. I didn't know till late last night that I had today off. But anyway, but it's fun. All right. Anything else you can think to add, Janya?
No, not
all right.
I don't think so. Sure want to help everybody. We've got some girls that are moving up and and so just kind of do that, put the products on their faces and do the pop and.
Yep. Product on people. Exactly.
Yes.
All right. Well, thank you guys. And I will post the recording of this. Thank y'all. Okay, welcome everyone. We are going to go over some information tonight about inviting